Welcome back to the quarterfinals. It is still Team EnVy up against NaVi. You may have noticed there's been a couple of short breaks, as we like to call them here. However, it was to try and resolve the issues that you guys have been seeing on stream. So hopefully now all is good and everything will be a little bit better for you guys for the viewing experience. We're here just to keep you guys happy. That's what it's all about. And well, speaking of happy, the game should be starting any second now. Already first round did go into the hands of EnVy on the pistol on the CT side of Dust2, our second map. What do we make of it so far? Anything more to be said about this one?
I think the danger for NaVi is the thing that EnVy got to start as CT, and they have playing very aggressively on that CT side, and
yes,
that's going to make your T play that much harder. If you add up to that they're really hitting their shots, they're making good plays, you know, you're not probably going to be making really good predictions for NaVi at this stage, but yeah. I think they really need to pick it up early on. Don't let EnVy get a huge bank, double op setups and so forth, because that's just going to be downhill from there on. They need to dictate the pace, even if EnVy plays aggressively. So let's see if they manage to do that. So
a couple of things I need to check the boxes off there, said by my incredible co-caster who's kindly joined me for the first quarterfinal, which is Natu. Do get on Twitter and follow this guy, Natu CSGO, right?
Yeah.
Do it. He doesn't have enough. Go support this guy. He's done wonderfully so far. But let's turn our attention to the game. It is starting back up. 5 seconds until we get this started. EnVy up against NaVi. We're back in this one. The T side still going to have to dig deep here with just those Tech 9s and armor. And this is what I wanted to see if they were going to do. The 3-man stack on long, followed by the smoke that then Happy would just kind of use on the side. This is something that it's constantly done by EnVy, and it looks like they're still using this, and even against a team with just those Tech 9s and armor. It shows that these teams are treating it almost like a gun round these days.
Yeah, I mean, they're giving cat control to the terrorist. They're taking over long, and they're holding middle and B with a triangle going on there. So basically, what this says is that the Tech 9 close range is super dangerous. So they want to avoid having too close range battles, especially on cat. And they're going to rely on retake on the A side on long range weapons.
Let's see if that actually pays off. Shox already put Zeus down. Well, that's a nice little beginning there. Shox can now focus himself towards A. We know that NaVi do have quite the work on this ahead of them, and MBK Shox make it so damn hard. Now just sees alive. There's so little to be done, and as you said, the way they played it out, EnVy, they just kept the T side so far away from them at all times.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, NaVi didn't really have that many nades to work with, if any, and that's an issue, especially in Dust2. And you know, not a successful round for NaVi because they fully invested to it. Didn't get a single kill, did they? So not exactly what they were hoping for, and not the kind of start I really wanted them to have. So now they're forced to do an eco. They're not gonna have. They're gonna, if any, they're gonna have an opera without an armor or without nades. So for the next round, so you know the pressure is gonna mount round after round. And very early as well.
Very early, considering NaVi are even a map down at this point. That's going to be in the back of their mind somewhere. Edward going to try and challenge out Happy in mid. He actually does win that exchange, so going to force the CT side to make sure the resources are in the correct places as Shox does catch a glimpse. Oh, beautiful little pop flash there, allowing him to get back towards Goose where he's been sitting the whole time. That's really nice.
That's the thing I love about CSGO. Like, let's say back in the day, in 1.6, it came to a point where there were no new tricks to be learned anymore. But in CSGO, it's a constant learning curve. You learn new things, new flashes, and new ways to play the game. And I feel that's one of the perks of why CSGO is so much fun.
It certainly is fun right now, at least for the Frenchmen, as they do manage to sweep away the T side, barring Guardian. There we have it. Keo will find him, and that's 3 clean rounds for the CT side.
Yeah, reasonable eco for NaVi, getting 2 kills. Let's see what we have here. Yep, Guardian going with that op, no armor. They do have 4 smokes, a few flashes to work with, so let's see how this starts off.
Guardian going to be looking for anything early on. Not going to find anyone crossing over. Shox opting for the AWP as well, so Shox actually picking this one up. Smith's holding mid with just the famous Happy pushed up a little closer in towards short.
Yeah, they're giving NaVi room to play with, actually. They're not playing that aggressively this round. You know, it could be a good call just to start off by playing a bit more passively and feel out what the T's are playing, like what kind of strategies NaVi likes to play with. And I don't know if these guys have practiced with each other before the major, so maybe, you know, they might have a feel of what NaVi does and then adjust their CT defense accordingly. And vice versa, actually.
Yeah. It's funny, they're playing fairly similar to what we saw even back towards DreamHack times. EnVy, with obvious adjustments, it's not exactly the same every time, but still true to course as Zeus, Guardian, and Edward start looking towards A, but I'll be waiting in Goose. And what's left with the T side? We've got, well, a smoke, a nade, and another one on Zeus. So maybe left for something. I do vaguely recall a drop-down smoke that comes in that goes just below. Let's see if they can make any sort of worth of this. Shox is still with the AWP, going to be playing down by the car. That flash held them completely in place as the push does come into play. Shox is watching the cross. They've got them lined up here. NBK makes the first shot, and that is beautiful work between them, mowing them down, but Starix pushes forward.
4 seconds on the clock.
4 seconds left. Can they get the plant? No, Happy stops them. And once again, NaVi playing the clock to the last second and just being slowed down too much.
Yeah, classic NaVi, just wearing down the clock all the way to the wire. The problem is they don't really leave themselves any room for error. Like once the decision's been made, you gotta stick with it and you gotta hope that you get those picks and get that bomb down right away. So I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think they should speed it up a bit.
Well, we saw how well it did them when they actually did speed up on the map just prior, but Starix going to be going straight in towards Shox, gets him down, but NBK is there to avenge, and Happy now waiting for them to line up for him in mid, and this is a very clean round. So far, at least, the CT side, if Happy... Ooh, no, does go down. Guardian still trying this. Edward does have armor and a Tech 9, and Edward makes it work. Keo goes down, and B's looking very vulnerable. The bomb should be planted here. Edward takes his time, going to plant maybe slightly more for a specific setup.
Yeah, and he's got an armor now too, so that's, you know, there's a possibility for him if he manages to do some sick plays here, and let's see how it works out.
Said he's the man you'd want to have maybe in some of these 1v1 situations.
Exactly.
And well, we have just seen Edward find Smith, bringing it down to a 1v1. NBK up against Edward. NBK's position known, 10 bullets left, and it's NBK to come in and get it. The fuse comes through. Nicely done, but you felt it was almost possible then for Edward.
Yeah, it was very much possible, and then, you know, it was one of those rounds that NaVi perhaps needed to really put themselves back into it. 5-0 down, so far not so good.
Yeah,
so
double
now
AWP as well.
this really needs to start happening now.
Yeah, you said that the danger of EnVy building up bank was that when the double AWP comes out and these guys get those full setups, you know, every smoke flash they want, it becomes almost unbearable for NaVi, and we're seeing it in play. We've got Shox and Smiths now with the AWPs. They've got so many flashes, so many mollies. And the big thing that you pointed to me as well, that if one thing offsets NaVi, like one flash through smoke, one moment like that, Smith's catching Zeus on the heels as he tries to catch through mid, it can just put them off their strategy so much. But double AWP on both sides.
Yeah, seems like it. And now, just like you pointed out, the smokes and Molotovs, they are very good. EnVy is very good at wearing out the clock. And NaVi really lets them do that as well. So they don't really like to run through the smokes and stuff like that. So it's basically a combination of how NaVi plays and how EnVy plays, so that time wears out so much as well.
And at the moment, it's wearing out quite drastically for EnVy. Only Keo left alive. He's going to save that AWP, surely, as the bomb is going down very comfortably. And take me through what just worked well for NaVi then, in comparison to the rounds that they haven't picked up prior to now.
Well, they got the picks. It's very simple. I mean, EnVy playing more up front, so to speak, and NaVi just capitalizing on the moments when they were given the opportunity to get a pick. They took them, and that's what it came down to.
So do you think we'll be seeing the passive EnVy then coming back towards us with maybe less of the aggressive peaks, or not even aggressive, but less peaks coming through? Because I think it was Starix who actually picked up one of the openers on long, and then kind of off the back of that, it all started tumbling down. But will this just then make EnVy go, okay, we'll go back to what we did before, play it calm?
Yeah, I think NaVi really needs to try to suck it to their face, pretty much. Like, you try to get the pick early on, no matter what. Be it catwalk, long, or be whatever. They need to make and force EnVy rotate and throw those smokes that they try to counter the attacks with very early on in the round. and that type of play.
Actually, no tag through mid then. Keo and Smith get away unscathed. And Seized and Edward would be the two to challenge if they did, but not really fancying it as NBK, Shocks and Happy on Long do just the same thing, taking their time, but looking at it this way, there's actually no one playing mid right now for the CT side. Is this something we often see?
Well, not as... I think a lot of emphasis is put in mid play, but I think that's one of the things where people figure that you're probably gonna have someone there. So early on in the round, maybe you can use that guy somewhere else, and your opponent is probably gonna think that there is someone gonna be in middle.
It's funny.
So
I was having a discussion
games.
with Anders not too long ago when we first got here about the fear of it itself. If you do it enough times, you do it early enough in a game, people often will then avoid that, whether it be a smoke, a flash, and nade. But let's see if they can avoid Shocks on short. He does take the first. You can see the other all edging out. Guardian, his domain can be on this bomb site, and I love watching him here, but the smokes and flashes hold them back.
Yeah.
The clock's starting to tick away.
Exactly, that's the issue I have with this right now, is the time is wearing out again.
Well, the push does begin. Seized does take down Happy, so that's one removed from A. Shocks and NBK have to hold on against 4 of the T side, and they're doing just that. 2 kills back to back. Finally, Guardian comes in. But now 3v3. This is a close situation, and Guardian is ducking under every bullet that comes through, but the bomb is down. And the CT side have a tough way to get back into this.
Yeah, forcing Shocks out was the key on getting that bomb plant.
Oh, but NBK's doing the damage from Long. Finally stopped in his tracks by Guardian. Now Guardian 1v2. He's got the first to take out NBK. Can't get any more. Smiths comes in, takes him down. And that will be the defuse coming out for Envy. And
yeah, just like I said, the thing that enabled NaVi to get the plant was basically them getting rid of Shocks' AWP on A ramp, but then phenomenal play from NBK. Those 2 kills pretty much sealed the deal for Envy getting that round, and putting NaVi in a situation where they just won a round, then lost a round. Luckily for them, they didn't have that many casualties, if any, on the previous rounds, which enables them to buy this round. But
beautiful, beautiful work. 2 early kills. That's game-changing instantly.
Well, I was just about to say, should NaVi lose this round, they'd be trouble economically, but seems like they got this going pretty well for them. So far. I find it hard to doubt Envy sometimes on this map. But
and
next kill, if let's say Envy gets the next kill, it could be round changing.
Trying to go for a cheeky no-scope, just seeing what he can get through the smoke. Bomb is down, it is a B. Shocks, NBK, so far away from this.
Yeah, they're gonna try to save.
Yeah.
Maybe some exit kills because they know the money.
Of the techno. Happy at least gets that.
Money actually is not good on either side at this point.
So they need to be very cautious with what their decisions are going into this one, where they hold, which angles they're watching. And NaVi, a well-deserved round then. Brilliant work through those double doors in mid. It's something you obviously can't depend on every single round, but it's something that did come through towards them. And
yeah. You don't see that every day, right?
You certainly don't. And there we go. It looks as though NBK, Shocks, and the rest of NaVi will maintain the guns coming into round number 9 now. So 6-2 scoreline. What would be a good scoreline for NaVi coming into this? What would they want from a T side here?
I think they at least
realistically, at least against Envy.
At this point, they'd be happy with 8 rounds.
8 rounds.
They're 2 to 6 down. If they can pick up 6 more rounds, they'd be okay with that. They could work with that.
Let's see if those orbs can do any more damage through mid. Yes, they can! Guardian with a resounding answer. Takes out Smiths, and now Shocks and NBK, the ones with the guns, going to have to do some big play to turn this event, and B's completely theirs.
Yeah, I found it, I think it's a good call for Envy not to force this round, actually. They had a Colt and an AWP. A lot of the times you'd see a lot of teams force buy in this situation, put themselves in a very hard slot. If those 2 weapons were not able to do some work, you would have invested all your bank into a round like this where you have CZs for the other guys or PT50s, and then going further, it could have been an issue. Now they're just trying to save those guns actually for this round, moving forward, since their bank is not that good. So I think this is the correct play for Envy moving forward on this half.
So control play by Envy.
Yes, yes.
It's something we expect from this team by now. They are such a good side. Results alone obviously support that, but even as individuals, they are so talented at this sort of smart play that just keeps them always close to the game. So NaVi get another on the board, 3-6 now, maintain everything from that round. And now it's down to EnVy.
Yep, and now they have some bank as well, so.
You can see there, Guardian, the man who beautifully followed that up.
What a flick.
Smith. That was stunning as well. Yeah. Readjusting and then hitting the shot. Really, really beautiful stuff.
We need more of that, that's for sure, for Guardian to, for NaVi to build up more rounds here, because he is one of the star players of the team.
God, he's looking like he's hitting half of these shots sometimes. Absolutely unbelievable. There we go. Shocks finally stops him. Going to just ruin the confidence that he'd have building, but Starks is still there with the AWP.
And I do, like, really...
Oh, Edward's going aggressive. But look at the cover. Smiths was there. Just beautifully done by the Frenchman again.
I love the fact how Shocks didn't get demoralized by the fact that Guardian got those picks and the Stark got those picks earlier, but instead just, you know, took the challenge, and now it's paying dividends. He got the kills.
And Happy lurking through, does manage to get Zeus down as well, and now just seized alive. Nice little chance towards B here, but really expect Smith's already tucked in towards the platform. He gets the tag, actually both flashed up, and I don't know what really could be done. Smiths will deal with him. And this is a very good performance going out from EnVy. And EnVy in these situations sometimes just seem so perfectly prepared in case there was a wild Edward running down mid. They had the guy with the CZ in the perfect angle. I don't know if it's sometimes luck or if it is just really that phenomenal read into the game sometimes.
It's a bit of both. It's like when you have good things going for yourselves, it seems like you make good decisions more often than not. And EnVy, they play with a lot of confidence. We've gone through this before during this matchup, and I like it. Like, you just saw Guardian's been picking off, making good entry kills, but still Shocks, not rattled by it, went for the duel, won the duel, actually won 2 duels, he beat Stark as well. So I really appreciate that, and that's the way you should play. You need to play with a lot of confidence in this game, and EnVy totally and completely showing that.
Experienced players, and we've said that individually all of them outstanding, especially when they've got that confidence beside them. NaVi getting the crowd behind them here. Hopefully they can convert some of that sort of support in towards rounds, because looking at their performances so far, no one's having necessarily a bad game into this yet, but no one's really having an outstanding one.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look more for grim to NaVi for sure. 7-3 at this point. NaVi, they can buy this round though, but still, they have. I think it's a reasonable choice for them to have taken a timeout at this point. Yeah.
So, if you're in their position, what do you discuss now?
I mean, you just gotta go, like, sort of talk with everyone, like what they feel and see from each other's positions, because, you know, a team leader, you kind of see everything on the map. You know, some of the players may see a different thing from a different angle, and then you discuss that and maybe try a different approach, maybe fake some of the things you've done before, and don't overthink things though. You just gotta still trust the things you've done before, go by the book that you've built up, and you know, just play your own game.
And you may notice, guys at home, it is an absolutely packed crowd here, spilling out throughout the rest of the expo. It's absolutely brilliant having these guys with us. The audience has been phenomenal for both teams. NaVi certainly winning some fans here, and EnVy, I don't think we need to say anything about their fans. They've been vocal as well, let's say. And I think you can see NaVi just now setting themselves back down, just discussing probably the last couple of topics that were hit in that chat. They just had a timeout just to probably talk things through.
Yeah, I mean, it was slipping out of hand, that's for sure. Yeah. The situation is getting, like I said, grim for them. So timeout, trying to break EnVy's momentum at this point was the reasonable thing to do. And I really like it. Now, I just really hope for this, especially for us to have a really nice Dust2 match here. I hope for NaVi's to pick up some rounds here and make a decent T-half.
See what they can do. NaVi back into this one, up against EnVy, 7-3 currently in favor of the CT side. And already, you can hear those AWPs rattling through, double AWP on both sides. Smith's opting not to have it here. And what do we make of the approach coming out from NaVi? Is there anything different that immediately springs to mind, or is this just them maybe just slowly getting back into it?
Yeah, they're playing slow. They're just taking a piece by piece on the map and trying to feel out EnVy's defense, what they're holding. Are they holding catwalk? Are they holding long? And then they make a decision, probably making a decision by that.
What pixel?
Wow.
between these two almost hit as well.
Yeah, that was close.
It looks like they're actually rotating towards B. I'm not sure if they're going to try and fake this out, or if they're actually going to commit. It's 4 players now in those B tunnels who cross pass. Smiths and Keo will be playing this one if it does come towards them. Keo just by those double doors.
Yeah, they've done a lot of plays on A, so it would...
Why not try it out?
Yeah.
Maybe this is something they discussed, maybe a point that they brought up, and
go.
Guardian delivering for the T side. Keo does find one, at least slowing them down, but the push does continue, and
Perfect entry.
they should be easily able to cross this one out. And with 3 players in a sight, Zeus still lurking, is there a chance of even getting back into this for the CT side?
It's very hard to retake. Unless NaVi go and throw it. No way. No way, Jose.
No shenanigans this round, and I think that even the CT side are well aware of that. Just keeping hold of guns, playing smart, playing safe, and that is a great way for the CT side to begin. Yeah, they have, and it's not a bad thing. Nice work from NBK there to get Zeus down.
Yep. Considering the money situation on NaVi not being that good, it's every kill EnVy can get is definitely a bonus for them.
And maybe that timeout worked a little bit there. You got to say they've come back in, they've picked up a round, and they look maybe a little more confident off the back of that.
And now they need to string it together. They need to make these rounds string together, and otherwise they're going to be in trouble, especially with their economy. So definitely, like I said before, they want to go for 8-7. That's for sure. So that means they need to win out this half.
Let's see what they've got in store. Last round it worked. No easy opener this time for Guardian. I don't think, actually, to be fair, what he did before was certainly not easy, but no early opener, should I say.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you have an opera like Guardian, you want to utilize him as being the upfront guy who gets that first pick, and then your teammates is just going to run in and then maybe get like a trade kill, and then you take over the site.
First time we're seeing them actually toy with long as well. Shox and NBK have been consistently here, but to very little contest. And actually, Edward found through the smoke. Shox finding the smallest of angles to see through. Starix goes for the peak. Oh, the smoke's just dissipated as Starix does land the shot. It's a 1-for-2 exchange. Currently in favor to NaVi as see Guardian starting to lurk towards it. Nice work from Guardian, taking players away now, just happy on 8. And this is beautiful work from NaVi. This is perfect execution.
They noticed, like, NaVi noticed Catwalk's not working out for them. First they go B, now they go for long. Shox was left in a very awkward position on that platform, and managed to get a kill, but then got contested by 2 other Ts, and that was a problem. Not able to survive, and just flat out nice play from NaVi so far, and making it count so far. Seems money situation for EnVy is not super good.
No, Smith's,
except for Shox.
Yeah, Smith's at least might be able to maintain his AWP here.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see what they opt to do next round if Smiths manages to save the op.
Oh, Guardian is just around the corner. And Guardian with 2 that round. Nice to see a lot of variation coming out from NaVi, a team that we've said can be very slow, very methodical, very, to the book. But they having a little bit of, a couple of tricks up their sleeve here.
Yeah, but these guys are so experienced. Like Zeus, for example, has been a in-game leader for a very good team for a very long time. So, I mean, these guys definitely should be able to adjust to different kind of scenarios, and they're just showing it right now.
Wow.
They're adjusting their play according
Shox. Shox is literally running up mid right now. He's going to just go and get in their faces. Guardian denies it somehow, but is this just EnVy trying to get him off this little bit of a confidence boost they're getting?
That was a classic Shox move, actually. We call that doing the Shox in our team, actually, when you're just running out there. So,
what do you achieve from it? What is the end goal to it?
Just to get in their faces and get some cheeky kills.
And those cheeky kills are coming in. Starix, Seized, and Zeus, the last 3 alive, and this aggressive play just with those Famises actually paying off. Keo did manage to get an M4 as well. And, well, Starix, Seized, and Zeus don't have much ground gain. The big man in this might just be Starix, who's at least got the AWP. And
definitely needs to be as well. He's the one with 100 HP. He's the one with the AWP.
Zeus is in between a rock and a hard place. One of those being Smiths, but now the 2 remaining players are going to head towards the site. It's going to be met with full force. Starix cannot land a shot to save his life here. And Happy, tell a lie. Starix does deliver towards Happy, but still, so many players here. And there we have it. Keo will claim it, and EnVy with that aggressive play that we've started to know and love, working out for them.
Yeah.
Unless you're against them, probably don't know and love it then.
I do love. I love the aggressive plays. I mean, you know, it's always fun to see aggressive plays, and then they are very good at it. And it's so much about feel when you're playing aggressive like that. You don't exactly plan where you're gonna do it. It's something you call out. All right, now we're gonna do this, and we're gonna play aggressively. We're gonna push here. We're gonna push there. So it's all about feel and how the match progresses. Those are the type of things that dictates when you're gonna do these type of pushes.
Now, maybe I just want to see what else can come out for NaVi now. Happy placing himself in the position that I've always enjoyed him playing in, and I think it's going to be tough if they actually do try and push mid. Edward's certainly toying with the idea. I don't think he's committed just yet, and they are working up short. Maybe back to what they began with.
Yeah, but this round is very, very important for NaVi, considering the money situation right now. If they're going to lose this, they're going to be in a very rough situation for the last round, and are looking at a very likely 5-10 scoreline. But let's look at this round first and see how it works out for them.
Well, Happy has two players literally in between his crosshair. Nades out, they have pushed forward. Keo might have just caught a glimpse through those the doors at B, and they've actually backed away, so Happy taking a lot of damage through that, and it looks like NaVi are running that clock to the absolute limit and still going towards A, and we know who's waiting. This could be a huge risk to go in now. One flash, one moment to slow them down could cause huge trouble, but that is worse. Shock's actually missing the shot as Zeus starts to edge in closer, and Zeus does take the head off of Shock's shoulder, so that's A open, and Guardian searches for more, gets denied by NBK and Pit. That was absolutely unreal, and bomb is down. CT side with 3. Are they going to go for this?
Probably they are.
Happy's in a brilliant position. Smiths gets seized, but now it is just Happy. 1v3. Bomb is ticking. Zeus goes down. He's got one along, and one is enough. Starix takes him out. And NaVi starting to get themselves back looking confident in an execute that didn't really work until that point.
Well, let's put it this way. I think the difference maker in that round was Shock's not hitting those off shots. He could have, if he had hit either at least getting a kill to slow the push from Cat, would have or could have made a huge difference. This time, he didn't manage to do that, and that was the round-changing situation.
So 8-6 now. Boost in mid comes out. Shox goes for a walk. As we now know, the Shox push comes in. Zeus was waiting and ready. NaVi starting to read the game well, it seems. Starting to really get a good understanding for Envy.
And the money is, you know, they're working with very limited equipment here. EnVyUs.
Very limited, but those CZs do have a lot of potential to do damage. Already Zeus going down to one there. NBK holding long. Happy sprays down towards Edward, gets him down to 8 HP. Will Happy go and follow this? He doesn't need to, the nade will, and somehow adjust CZs, a couple of nades, and whatever they could scrounge together. They're actually doing well in this round. 1 minute still on the board. T-side starting to look like they don't know quite where they wanted to go here. It's fallen apart very early on.
Yeah, they need to bunch up now, I feel like. They should go by everyone together somewhere, because there could be trouble.
Just around the corner.
Apart. Yeah.
Smiths is there. Guardian delivers with the no-scope, takes him down. Quick scope. But 3 still stacked towards A. Happy going to push back towards mid. I'm wondering where the final push will come down to, because it's 30 seconds. And
they're going long.
Oh, have they just sold the fake? Well, they've sold it and then got a little more. Starix finding Keo was the closest player, and now NBK and Happy are left over towards B. The bomb is going to try and cross on A, but NBK takes down Seized. The bomb now with Guardian, 17 seconds on the board. 1v1, Happy up against Guardian. This is a brilliant matchup.
Yep.
Oh, look how close they are, Guardian. I don't know if he knows he's that close already. He's down by CT spawn. Happy is beginning to edge up the ramp. Guardian, smoking hand, smokes it out. He's going to back up. Oh my god, Guardian. You're being surrounded on the other side. The perfect flash comes through. Guardian! Unbelievable play then.
I wasn't sure which one of the two that the smoke actually favored. If it was good for Happy or it was good for Guardian.
Pushed through that time.
So, but yeah, nice play by Guardian, definitely. And okay, 8-7, 7-8.
I gotta say it.
Yeah.
Guardian on this site, on this map, always seems to find some form of magic that no one else can, that so few manage to do. And I throw my mind back to even when CSGO was starting to get these big competitions, the Raid Call EMS ones. God knows how long ago that was in the old Cologne studios. watching that guy play, even then, there were some insane moments on that map, and he just seems to just play it perfectly sometimes. But scoreline-wise, break it down to me now. You said NaVi were aiming for something. Is this close enough to it, or is there still maybe a little bit of discontent with that scoreline?
They could make it work. You know, really, again, early on in the half, it's going to be a round, and the first few rounds are going to be very, very crucial on how this is going to work out for them. Dust2 each changed to a more CT favored and T favored map, just because of how teams have learned to play more aggressively and made it work that much better. And you know, I feel like NaVi does have a chance, but EnVy also has very, very good tricks under their sleeves, so it's going to be tough.
I'm so excited to see these guys on the other side of the coin now, and it's always so interesting to see how they then come into this. And just a quick overview of the performance so far. Currently on the top of the scoreboard, if I'm not mistaken, it was MBK actually for EnVy, 14-7 for him. And on the other side, no surprise there, Guardian, 13-9. So I think Guardian's performance throughout this entire tournament has seemed so solid, but he's never the man we seem to question in this. It's not really you know, Guardian's performance. It's around that, and
he's among a very small group of players, such as like Kenny S, Guardian. I think Alo, that plays for NIP now, is amongst those as well, and a few other players that have such a huge impact factor that they pretty much, doesn't matter who they play for and who they play with, they're gonna seem like they're carrying that team. Like they're just that good. Their impact factor is that good.
Let's see if NaVi start the comeback building now, as we do see the T side pushing through those double doors. Guardian does reply towards Shock, so 1-for-1 trade so far. And MBK starting to look towards that B side. Pistols all around, 8-7 being the scoreline. Currently in the lead is EnVy. And NaVi looking to turn that one on its head. And what do we make of the start here for the T side? Anything really noted from it that stands out to you, or a very standard start?
Yeah, pretty standard start so far. Nice hedge on Zeus.
Very nice work, and it seems like these small individual trades are pretty much leading this one on. But the A site's completely open here, and actually NaVi don't really have a glimpse towards it. Long has Happy, Short and Keo coming up. I don't see them getting back into this somehow. Although they are on short very early on for the CTs. Guardian going to be pushing in with Seized, and the two on the side might be in trouble. As Guardian plucks MBK's head off his shoulders, the push starts to build. Guardian going to be covering for Seized, pushing in further. Seized goes in for the shot, he gets it, and now just Happy, and Happy's not there. Is Guardian going for the full? He's got a kit. Zeus has got a kit, and then surely going to get this Seized. Nicely done in the end.
There we go.
The defuse will come through, and it was scrappy throughout all of that. It was 1-for-1 trades everywhere on the map until it came down to the plant, and somehow they retook it when they were nowhere near that site.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it could have been different if I had EnVy planning for long instead of short, because NaVi was already pushed into short for the retake right after the bomb went down. So that kind of sort of made it very hard for EnVy to hold the site and defend the bomb.
So 8-8 is the current scoreline. Round 17 here. And look in the buy. T-side going in for this one. Head armor and those Tech 9s.
Yep.
Where do you think they're going to take them? Is there any way you would want to put them towards?
Well, if I had to guess, I would say they're going to go Cat, but I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to try to get a pick from mid. Start out with.
I love the way the CT side are literally leaving mid so open. They don't want to go near it. They can imagine it. It's a mid to B though, and they're going to come flooding in towards Guardian. 3 players charging up the ramp, and it's starting to work out. C's having to hold on. Not going to work out. Those Tech 9s ripping through them. And that is a clean plant on B. And Smith holding mid. Happy lurking around the backside. Gets one. Not going to get a second. But, well, Keo does it for him. It's now 2v2.
Whoops.
Bomb is planted. Keo and Shock's here. And suddenly, it looks like the T-side are in the better position the whole time. Definitely. And nice positioning from Shock's there. Just clinically delivers and takes down Edward. And those Tech 9s with that armor have been so strong.
Yeah, it's... I'm just going to say it, they're overpowered.
Careful, I see Val people around. Shh.
Yeah, hello, where are you guys?
It's certainly an extraordinarily strong weapon in the right situation.
No,
There's no doubting that.
The rate of fire, 32 bullets in a clip, and it even says in the description that it's inaccurate.
Oh, what?
Okay, hello, Guardian.
Welcome back, Guardian. I know it's a new side, but you don't need to make that much of an impression this early on. And Guardian feels like he wants to keep it up. Gets a second. NBK out of this. Don't tell me you can find more. I'm waiting for that little one jump that's just going to find it. But it's going to be seized instead. Takes down Keo. The follow-up from Edward. And this is beautiful to watch. Happy the last man alive. NaVi, if you can do it, EnVy can do it just as well. And now Happy, surrounded on all fronts. Bomb in the clutches of NaVi, pushing in, not gonna get it. And a nicely played out round for NaVi there.
Wow. I think I mentioned just like a couple of minutes ago about Guardian and how
this stuff can happen.
He's one of those the small group players, impact-wise, and
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on with that one. 17 to 10 for him. 2 shots in that round that will pretty much give them so much of an advantage. But we are seeing the CZ Tech9 same setup in play. But last time it was a mid to B, if I can use my words. Surely they're not going to do it again because I guess if it worked once and no one is playing mid, I guess it could work.
They're just going to directly go B instead.
Oh, the smoke and nade's not going to make it look all that appetizing, but yes, they are, and they expected a mid to B. C's turn to look for it, but it's actually Smith breaking in. Oh, the CZs and Tech9s do it again. B is overrun, Shox is lurking. And this is just rinse and repeat here. Shox waits in the smoke patiently as the TTs do cross through. And actually, he's missed some of them, and it's allowed Starix to get very close. Keo goes down, and Shox is just a little bit out of the fray here, but he will find Zeus. Oh, he even got the tag on towards window. This guy is going absolutely huge with the Tech9 here. Edward goes down, and Rec 9.
What am I going to analyze here? Like, okay.
What an inspired B push.
Okay. But no, if I had to pinpoint something, Shox, phenomenal play from him. The patience there really was the key.
Paid off.
Yeah,
he
did. He was the man of that round, pretty much, except for the fact that how the entry worked in.
Do we have a triple scout coming through for NaVi?
Full YOLO.
Wow. All right. Zeus is full YOLOing, but he's the only guy with a real gun in this, and he might actually be in a pretty good position to use it. Not to be the case. 3 kills back-to-back for the T side, and it doesn't matter if they've got the scout or not in this sort of predicament. You're not going to do much with it.
Yeah, I think this is maybe a risk that may even cost them the whole match. I think they should have cooled their heads and saved instead of going for the force buy at this point.
Do you think that was a frustration buy as well?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I could see that being one.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out at all. They got, wrecked totally. You're not going to have those type of rounds that Guardian did before, like every other round. Dude, the lightning doesn't strike that often to the same spot, so didn't happen this time either.
The money for the CT, you highlighted earlier, it is dire for them.
Now, they would even go for a double save for maybe 2 ops and then just, hope for a complete lockdown, like building the Great Wall of China somewhere in the middle of the map.
Hey, maybe it can be done, who knows? They're playing close, they're looking for these cheeky pickups, and they're going to get 1, they're going to get 2! Edward and Zeus.
Or even an eco, that's also an option.
Yeah, that also works. But the bomb is looking like it's going to get swiftly towards B. Smiths and Shox get themselves into those low B tunnels. NBK already there, holding down the side, waiting for him to try and rotate. Starix and Guardian going to be the ones in. Nice flash there, actually allowing the CT side in. It's going to be a bit of a Mexican showdown, and it's going to be Smiths picking up the double, and that's just brilliantly timed.
Well, they're going to buy. NaVi's going to buy.
What they can, I think.
Well, they could, yeah, obviously, but they did get an op, so that's always a good sign, even 2 ops.
Yeah. So Zeus buying the AWP up there and switching it up for Starix to have it, so he can have it with armor. Yeah,
they have Season Zeus without armor, playing with a Colt. And 4, I think that's
well, it's the perfect place. If they want to get kills with it, it's going to be, well, EnVy working up short. Starix, you better put that to use. Your teammate just dropped it for you. Doesn't matter, though. There's now Zeus having to hold strong. Brilliant flash comes up, just up and over. He needs 1 more shot, and C's comes from the back. And now 2v2 for such an important round. Shox knows where 1 is. He knows Zeus is there. They've got the bomb on short. C's locks that 1 down.
Yep.
This is going to be hard to get through.
Yep, this is a tough situation. And the bomb is down on Cat, right?
Yeah, I think it's just up short by the stairs.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Rotated way through them. And Zeus will be playing short. Seized actually pushing up on long. And Seized could have a good little lineup here, but just about missing. It's dangerous to be going for this. He could have maybe held safer, but feeling he wants to do this. Feeling he wants to get that gun away from Keo. Get it away from Shox. They are going for it. He pounces from the back, gets down Keo. And now 1v2, Shox has to make a play within 35 seconds. And Zeus is waiting on the other side. And Zeus will find the kill. Yep. And get NaVi back in the game. That was very, very important for CT side.
Definitely, yeah. That had they lost it, you know, you could have almost just said GG at that point. I feel like, but yeah, now they're still hanging on to it. NV still having bank. They're actually going for 2 ops on the T side, and yeah, NaVi really need to string together some rounds here once again.
Triple stack on knock coming out for NaVi. I'm not sure if I've seen that before. I don't know if they're trying to expect something, but they should try and expect maybe Happy on B. And Guardian here going to be left to hold it with Seized. Guardian right at the back, almost catching. Oh, he does catch that one. Happy staying a little too long. And while he spotted that, I think NBK actually picked that up, or it might have been, no, it was NBK picking up the AWP, so that's still in play. Seized, locking down mid. Smiths edging up slowly. This is very slow, but very good play from NaVi. They're holding these guys back 1 by 1. Where are the T-side going to go with this?
That's a very good question. At this point, they're down 3 and 5. Minute on the clock. Next kill. If they get the next kill, EnVyUs that is, there's still a chance. But if they don't, maybe they're just gonna save the rest of the weapons.
They don't seem to get any luck towards the A side, but MBK still. Oh my God! Just catching himself actually on the side wall. Will still push through long. They really do want this, and they're going to get the first foot towards it. But no longer a Season Edward stop them on the push through short. MBK still on long. Wrestling shots off with that AWP, but he's got 3 players to find, 20 seconds to do it, a bomb to get. It's the near on impossible task, but he does make it through to the side, and Edward slaps him down mid-air. And we're almost back all even now.
Yeah, and let's see what NV decides to do with their money situation being as it is right now. It's very much spread out. They are, yep, they're buying out.
They're going for this with the Tech 9s didn't play at all?
I can agree with this play considering the money situation on NaVi's side as well. This is a situation where they can break the game.
Wait, Shox is 3K and he's still got a Tech 9.
Well, now he's also getting all the nades. That just goes to show the power of Tech 9. Oh, he still has 3K.
He still
left.
has 3K.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
opted to stick with the Tech 9.
Fair enough.
And okay, well, it's his choice, and well, we saw what he could do before with it. So I'm not going to start doubting someone who absolutely went insane last time, but it's dangerous at this point. It'd mean it's all even again. It'd be 12 to 12. I'll ask you your thoughts on that in a second. That's
I'm just scratching my head trying to figure out what he's trying to think here.
I'm trying to think back to the other games that I've casted, because this setup was played out so often with the 2 Tech 9s and 3 AKs, but that's the back of our minds as the push does begin. Seized in a beautiful spot, gets down MBK, and Keo goes to the push through, but to be met by bullets, but Keo not going to make it on the cross. Zeus is there watching, but here comes Shox, here comes the Tech 9, he gets one down, and there's still danger afoot. Happy breaks in, and they're making it work. The Tech 9 buy was questionable, but seems to be paying off, and now Edward 1v2. One to the right, one to the left, and he's going to have to take shots down first. He knows where he is, and he's going to make it work. 1v1, this is the man you would say would win this, but then again, Happy also having the game of his life throughout this tournament sometimes. I don't know who I'd prefer here. This is a huge matchup. Happy against Edward. Happy missing the shot. That is something we've not seen often, and Edward won!
There you go. No, but I mean, he is just that good in one-on-X situations, even though he hasn't really won that many of them. But he gives himself
his knowledge
the upper.
Must be astounding in these.
Yeah, definitely. And he always puts himself in situations where there's a possibility for him to win them, and not everyone manages to do that. Definitely not even that. Like it's a very rare ability to have to just play them so right every single time.
So you've got to think, how many times has Edward been in that situation, be it in any version of this map? How many times has he played that retake? And in his mind, it's all there, all these situations.
Yeah, like the thing is that when you're that good about it, then you can you sort of imagine how it's going to play out before it plays out, and then you
predict
just
where they are, and it just works for him, I guess.
Yep.
Well, prediction play brilliant knowledge, all of that certainly goes into the NaVi side. This is a huge round coming in.
Yeah, 12-12, and money for neither side, looking good. So this is very much a important round going further in this map. Could as well even decide the winner of the map.
Certainly could. Tech9 still on here. We've got a Galil for Happy. Looks like an execute towards 8. Edward holding off NBK along as much as possible. Shock starting to work up here slowly but surely. Nice flash towards Zeus and Starix. Late smoke comes out, slows them down, but no, it doesn't. Edward waits on the other side. Oh, Edward with the double, predicting Keo would follow NBK. Starix joins in with the double as well, and that is just perfect synergy from NaVi.
Yeah, and Edward just wrecking them down all along. Very nice job. And that means Envy is in a tough spot. They're actually opting to, once again, Tech9s and CZs and an AK-47 and armor. They're pretty much fully investing it. Once again, Shox is going to have that 2.9K in his back pocket while rocking a Tech9, so fair enough for him.
Yeah, he's got faith in it.
Yep.
And just to refresh your minds, if you are just tuning in, Envy are a map up. They did win map 1. This is a best of 3. This is map 2. And if it does go to a third map, we're going to Cobble. So make of it what you will, but this game is certainly still up in the air. We've seen how these rounds can go with these Tech9s, with these plays. We've seen it mid to B, we've seen it full B push. Now we are seeing that mid to B sees awaits, but on the other side of the door comes the T side. Nice positioning on the smoke, waiting for them to push through. He catches the heels of 1. Gonna look for the follow-up towards the second. Smiths is there, dancing in the smoke, and Smiths gets it. 3v2. This is still certainly possible. Oh, maybe now Edward decides to say no, and it's 14-12. This is getting very close to a third map.
It is, yeah. Although Envy, now they can get an op if they wanted to, with Shox's the money that he saved. And then the rest of them force up and buy lesser weapons.
Not too long ago, there was timeouts and discussions going on for NaVi, and we theorized, they changed up, they switched up, and it paid off. They're on 14-12. If they let it slip now, it's, you know, that's a completely different matter. But getting back to this point has been very impressive.
Yeah, they're key players.
Oh, Guardian. Look at Starix. Look at that confidence and aggression. Yeah. Getting Keo down so early and losing nothing for it so far. That is a brilliant pickup.
Definitely. You always want to get the first pick, that's for sure, on both sides. That's the one thing. And that's the one thing everyone discusses on their T-play. Don't give the first pick. And then when you do actually give that, it's like, ah, oh, that's a moment of like, why do we always give the first pick? Because that's just going to make it so much harder for yourself.
Yeah, frustration could be a big factor here now, but Zeus flashed down. Nicely done then. T-side still keeping themselves going in this, having a plan, trying to get that execute going. But where do we? Is there any way you can see this going towards a site? Is there anything kind of indicating that, or is it still up in the air? 50 seconds are left.
Yeah, from the looks of it, it seems like they're going to be going catwalk, but the style of play right now is very methodical. They're just filling out the opposing defense. And they're just sending one guy out mid and then pushing cap. It seems like Shock's the first man in.
Yep. Seized. Oh, and look at it, just ducking under the orb. And that time Smiths will get it. That's the difference now. The T-side have got the bomb down. Guardian seized and Edward.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go with this?
Even NBK died right away in the fake. They still managed to get on the site and get the bomb down. And making it a top retake, actually. They're
going for this as well. Shox has found one. Smiths gets the other. And now just one man stands. It's seized. And Envy are back on the board.
A rough retake, like I said. Never easy coming from CT spawn, all of them.
Yeah.
And but NaVi still got some money left. They can drop some weapons. Guardian gets his AWP. It's not over for them, that's for sure. They're 14-13 up, but you know they don't want to slip away now. They definitely don't want to lose this round here because that's going to put them in a horrible economical situation.
Different. Guardian going aggressive on shore. We didn't see that at the start here. Not going to find much. Actually, in the lower B tunnels, there are a couple of players for the T side, so that could be problematic. Smiths is looking for the shot there. I think he's aware, and Zeus is pushed up. These guys are going aggressive on such an important round. This is terrifying. I think, surely...
I think
Keo must have known. You saw him look for it. He gets Edward.
He figured
understanding the situation.
He understood where the smoke came from, definitely. Nice awareness.
But I don't think they understand how Zeus just got to their spawn, pretty much. Chased by 2 players now, 2 behind him. Smiths is going for this in unison. Does manage to take the 1v1 there. NBK tries to help out. NBK gets it, and this aggression didn't quite work out for the CT side just yet. Smiths and Happy are low, but still in the game.
Yeah. Seems like... no, NV still hasn't really decided what they're doing. Since the bomb is still just sitting in T-spawn with Smiths. Let's see. Seems like they're going to be going towards B.
God, Guardian is game-changing at the moment. And now Seized has to hold on. This is his moment to do the work that the rest of his team has been doing. He gets one, it's not enough, but Guardian's there. Doesn't get the follow-up shot. He needs to stop them on the cross. Not going to get the second. Smoked out, flashed out, bomb starting to work its way in. 2v2, Guardian, the man holding this site with his hands firmly around it as Starix will close out the round, and that's 15-13 now. NaVi on the verge of taking this to map number 3.
Yeah, just like Guardian has really... Guardian. What are we gonna... I don't know, maybe we should just start talking about some other players, but...
it's kind of hard to, isn't it?
He's been the man of the hour, that's for sure. Just putting huge plays left and right, and that's what they need from NaVi. That's from Guardian. NaVi to succeed. It's for Guardian to make those plays, and he's definitely giving us those plays right now. And you know, unless NV can pull something new or old Tech 9s, we may see a third map.
Well, third map might be afoot, but MBK and Shox have something different in mind. They want to get this one back. They want to maybe take it overtime. And 3v2, it looks like they're going to get 14-15 at least. If you wanted a close game, you're certainly going to get one here.
Definitely.
Guardian Seized, it's not time to fight.
No, and NaVi's money is not good, so the last round is gonna be tough. So
I don't know what to make of this at the moment.
But it's good Counter-Strike.
It's brilliant Counter-Strike. Oh, the reflexes on that shot coming out from Seized, then just dinking Happy away. Brilliant, but position's known. They've got a long time to try and stay alive and keep these guns in the game. Guardian, cometh the man, cometh the... This guy has just been so incredible for the side. But it's time for everyone else to step up, I think, in these last couple of rounds. Is really, he does need some sort of team around him here to do just the same work.
No, I think he still needs to go big on the next round for them to make it a 16-14 match. Oh, wow. That was a huge kill. Those 2 kills.
Wow.
May as well just made a difference between overtime and NaVi winning this. And yeah. Now it's more likely than not that we're going to see an overtime.
I'm kind of glad here. I was looking forward to seeing if there was an overtime coming into play. And here we go, guys. This is do or die time. Can NaVi take it into map number 3, or will it be overtime? Let's find out. Edward, going for the early aggression. This could pay dividend here. And then some, not to be so. Keo finds one. Shox to follow. It's looking like an all-French 30th round. As Guardian, Seized, and Zeus trying to do what they can, but the nades catching him so heavily. But Guardian did at least get something to work with. Seized. 2 HP. Zeus finding Smiths. 3v3 situation. Guardian on the right side. The man we've been talking up the whole time. Once again asked such a tall question. Can he come up with it? There's a second. Guardian. 1v1 up against Happy. He's got Zeus with the op as well. Flash comes in.
Oh,
Guardian gets it. That's the third.
All right.
We said he needed to go big again. I think he heard you, and I think he just did it.
He definitely did. Even without an op, he was the man of this map, definitely. But at the same time, you know, don't forget if you talk about EnVyUs, MBK also.
Yeah.
27 kills. We saw some good plays from Shox as well.
Absolutely.
So just generally speaking, good Counter-Strike and good individual performances, and just a nice turnaround from NaVi on that first half when they were struggling, taking that timeout, and that timeout really, you know, that was the difference maker. Yeah,
it changed everything.
Just
the pace. Did they pick up 3 or 4 just brand new played out rounds almost off the back of that? Absolutely wonderful to see. Whether it was that push, I think they tried so many different new things apart from that one execute on towards A that they've been trying to work around. And as soon as they brought out that little timeout, discussed it through reset, you saw what this team can achieve. And we've been saying from the very start of this, they've got such a high skill ceiling. We're seeing Guardian certainly getting towards the upper echelons of his, sitting on, at the end of that game, 29-17.
Yeah, and the analysts over there, they're looking,
they're looking ready.
But on Cobblestone, I think NaVi still's got a chance in this. Yeah.
See, it terrifies me in a way because I can't help but get over, or even I can't get over the Fnatic performance. That was something that's going to be in the back of a lot of people's minds, but that's something to look forward to. We're going to go to a very short break, and I promise you it will be short because we've got a third map coming up. It's going to be Cobble, and I've got to say this quarterfinals is looking damn good.